Thank you so much, Aurea, Sylvia, and Larry. That was such a warm welcome. And it's a real privilege for me to be here with such esteemed honorees, with Gary and with Tim Gill. I have thought long and hard about what I would like to say tonight, how I wrap my brain around a 30-year history, 5 years short of Liberty Hill's history. I don't think I can add much more to what has already been said, except perhaps to answer the one question that most people ask of me. What has sustained my commitment and interest to working at Liberty Hill for so long? Well, it's a fairly easy response, and one that would be shared with many in this room tonight, for I'm not the only one ceding gray hair, by no means. And there are plenty of people in this room who have traveled the road towards justice for much longer than 30 years. There are two reasons, actually, for why I have been at Liberty Hill for 30 years. One is that I am a lifer. Now, people become quite astounded when I say, I'm a lifer. But I grew up in the 1950s, and I remember that the notion of working in a long-term, stable job was quite common. Getting a decent salary, settling in a home with children, sending them off to college, and retiring with great satisfaction is what many people look forward to in their senior years. My husband and soulmate, Clemente, who's with me here tonight, Clemente has been working as an employee with the state of California longer than I have been at Liberty Hill, if you can believe that. For us baby boomers, learning about stability and long-term investment in a good life were not that uncommon. But that time is gone, long gone. Jobs are not as steady, and a contingent labor force that struggles with dual incomes, unpredictable shelter, increasingly poor standards of living and education in this country are the norms of today. My three wonderful adult children now who are with me today often lament that my generation had the best of it, and that life for them will probably be a much more difficult journey. And I can't say I disagree with you, except that I think there are enormous opportunities, incredible innovations, and seemingly multiple ways of turning things around. And therein lies the second reason for why I have stayed at Liberty Hill so long. I am also a believer and a person of strong faith. Now, I am not a religious person, to be quite honest, but I have tremendous faith in the power of people, of ordinary people. People know their condition, they have the solutions, and they have a precious, powerful, and proven tool for turning things around. It's called organizing. For Liberty Hill, stability and long-term investment has to be placed in ordinary people who organize to build power and win systemic change. Organizing is what stopped discrimination against children in housing in California back in 1978 and continues to safeguard rent control. Organizing is what sparked the national movement to regulate asbestos and win compensation for millions of exposed workers in 1980. Because of organizing, Californians can breathe a little easier and enjoy regulations that protect the health of the most exposed to pollution. Because of organizing, 700 LA Unified High School students have a right to college prerequisite courses. Organizing is what protects California's 25,000 lesbian, gay, and transgender high school students from harassment and violence. And organizing is what put the living wage on the map in Los Angeles, raising wages for hotel workers, grocery and garment workers, for hundreds of workers, taxi workers, and hundreds of other hardworking men and women. And Liberty Hill early grants, our early investments is what made all of that organizing possible. Why are we all here tonight if not for some damn good organizing? I believe we come here to honor people that symbolize our deepest values about justice. I think we come here tonight because we are all lifers and true believers in one form or another, and because we all share a strong sense of place and purpose. Robert McAfee Brown, who is a great theologist and activist, once said, "How does one keep from growing old inside? Surely only in community. The only way to make friends with time is to stay friends with people. Taking community seriously not only gives us the companionship that we need, it also relieves us of the notion that we are indispensable." So, Mary Jo, Tim, Sarah, did I ever thank you for hiring me? Thank you. Esteemed honorees, my dearest colleagues in philanthropy, my staunch comrades, both young and old, out in the trenches, and my hardworking, wonderful, dedicated fellow staff at Liberty Hill, thank you so much for your friendship and for sustaining more than half of my life in community. Thank you.